And we're back with another game preview with the Clippers taking on the Kings here tonight at 7 p.m. my time. We're going to be seeing a really good matchup in a game that deserves to be the last game where everybody's able to witness it. How you can watch it on Battle Sports SoCal. So if you're in the SoCal area and you want to watch basketball, turn on the game because this is going to be a heck of a ball game, and you better believe that. Clippers 1-0, Kings 0-1. You got some injuries you got to fill out, but it's not going to hurt this one team. You got starting lineups that are very compelling that could win the game. I got predictions. I got the injury reports. I got my thoughts. And now, let's get straight into it. Real quick, guys, before we jump in, you know where you can find me. You can find CourtSideHeat at Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. We're always there. Just search up CourtSideHeat. You want to know for the YouTube channel, just search up CourtSideHeat. That'll be in the description below for the podcast and for the YouTube description if you're already there on YouTube or wherever else we're hosted on. So do not forget to check out our platforms. Go right on and just do that. Also, I just want to say a quick thing. For everyone listening on YouTube, I'm sorry for the game previews. You're gonna have to listen to my watch my standard clips of where you can find CourtSideHeat and just those little animations because I keep getting blocked. So the last time I did a game preview, YouTube kept blocking me because the content that I was using, and they were saying it was copyright, and it kept blocking me. So every time a lot of you guys are watching, it got blocked and you couldn't watch it anymore. So I had to put that standardized stuff in there to where nothing could get blocked. I'm going to try to figure it out for the Suns Blazers preview, but if I don't, that's why. Clippers. So, that's the reason why. And without further ado, let's jump right into this. So, this is going to be played in Sacramento. I want to say it's going to be like a home team advantage here. Like, there's going to be an arena advantage. Maybe, both teams playing Cali. But let's just say you got the city advantage. And the city advantage will be Sacramento. So, the Kings have the hometown advantage. Even though there's going to be a lot more Clipper fans there too, you still got the Sacramento Kings. You got the Los Angeles Clippers. Pretty much will not be that much far of a drive, you wouldn't think. I don't know. I really don't. I've only been to California once or twice. But yeah, I'm really excited for this game. I don't think I'm gonna tune in. I don't think I can, because how you can watch it by Sports SoCal. And I don't get that because I don't live in Southern California. But you can watch this 7 p.m. Pacific time. This is at Golden One Center, Sacramento, California. And yeah, that's all the game information. Look, guys, this is going to be something very interesting to watch out for. Why am I previewing this game? I couldn't care less for the Kings. Okay, I lied. I have some interest in the Kings because of off-season moves. And even though they're starting at 0-1, they lost to the Blazers. So did the Suns. We all have to get over it. Even though I'm not getting over that loss yet. Anyways, the reason why I'm doing it is because the Clippers got to play again tomorrow back-to-back against the Suns. And I believe that's a home game for the Suns. I want to say it's for the Suns. Hold up, y'all. But anyways, it's going to be a back-to-back game. And yeah, Clippers going to be playing at home. So you have technically on the road game rather than here at home. So we're going to play back to back. But what's going to be the mindset for the Clippers? So if you're looking at the injury report, let me just go to the injury report. Injuries for the Clippers, Kawhi Leonard and John Wall are both out. Good news, it's just load management. It's no injuries, nothing significant. Just trying to work back in Kawhi Leonard, trying to ease back in John Wall, who hasn't really played a lot of games since suffering all his injuries and taking the season off to find a trade partner or find that team who actually wanted him. when he was with the Houston Rockets, the whole thing. I covered it a lot. I covered it extensively, to say the least. But it's just load management. Kawhi Leonard's been coming off the bench. The first time he came off the bench in 9 years. And that's going way back in the San Antonio days when he was under Greg Popovich. So that's pretty crazy. So that was a little bit of history, fun fact. Yeah, so the Kings don't have any injuries, but the Clippers do. Always have 2 inactive players. So on the injury report, their 2 inactive players is Kawhi and Wall. So in the grand scheme of things, it's not like you're missing out on Reggie Jackson. It's not like you're missing out on Paul George or Trey Mann or any of those guys. It's actually not too bad for the Clippers because their projected starting lineup is Reggie Jackson, Norm Powell, Paul George, Marcus Morris, and Zubac. To be honest, guys, when Kawhi Leonard wasn't there, when John Wall wasn't a part of the team, but prior to the season, you gotta remember this is the kind of starting line that they had. Sure, there was a few new players in the mix, like Norm Powell, but wait a minute. This is the same core that went to the postseason and that didn't struggle too heavily without Kawhi Leonard. So they were able to succeed without Kawhi Leonard. So they could do it in a game, opposed to a season. So they're going to be adjusted just fine. The Kings starting lineup is going to be De'Aaron Fox, Kevin Huerter, KZ Okpala, Harrison Barnes, and Domantas Sabonis. So standard lineup for the Kings, standard lineup for the Clippers. It's just like you're playing without Kawhi Leonard, but you know that he's coming back for the next season. Or, I'm sorry, for the next game. Not season. My apologies. But yeah. He's coming back for the next game, most likely. I couldn't see him sitting out back-to-back games. I would think he'd play game 1 and then game 3. Having breaks in between. But, before I talk about the Suns, I'll restart videos tomorrow morning. When I have more information and I'm not covering this. But, I just want to say this. Why am I previewing both of these teams? I want to preview both of these teams and this huge game because there is a lot on the line. Sure, you can say there's higher stakes for the Clippers, but there's still higher stakes for the Kings. Let me break down the Kings real quick because they actually have something really cool going on for them. They got a pretty cool team, but it still has to gel, still has to solidify. And the New York Kings lost their first game to Portland, like I said a few minutes ago. They gave up 115 points in that game. The Kings' defense has been very... It's tough when you're trying to build a really good defense when you have non-defensive guys or not really good defensive guys in De'Aaron Fox and Domantas Sabonis. And they're more of an offensive team because you got Malik Monk, you got Kevin Huerter, and those other 2 guys I just mentioned. And when you're looking at it, you're like, okay, the Kings can ball out offensively. And they had. But when you don't have good defense or strong defense to try to maintain, trap, and break down Damian Lillard or Jeremy Grant or Gustav Nurkic or whoever else on that team, it gets a lot more tricky. It gets more difficult. And to say the least, it can make you a little more uneasy, if that makes sense. So, why am I saying this? I'm saying this to say they're a good offensive team. Defensively, no. But in this situation, come tonight at 7 p.m., they're going to have to get their defensive act together. Their defense just together. There's no other way to put it. Because when you look at this, the Clippers, the Trailblazers were the easiest team and you lost. Because when you look at their schedule, they have to go up against the Clippers tonight, Warriors tomorrow, Grizzlies on Thursday, Heat on Saturday, Hornets are a decent team, Heat again on November 2nd. Magic break, but then November 7th would be the Warriors, the Cavaliers, and the Lakers, then the Warriors again. The Lakers are a break, but when you look at that tough schedule, that's at least 7 games of tough enough games and matchups that are just going to kick that team's booty. That is just pretty much easy to say. So the Kings have a lot of riding on this game because you can't start the season 0-2. Mike Brown understands that. I believe he's a good coach with great enthusiasm and great insight on the game and knowledge to develop players, to get them motivated, to get them ready to spur this team to win games. Right? So I'm not pointing blame at the coach. And it's just game 1. But right off the bat, they looked sloppy. They looked uneasy. They just were defensively, they just couldn't have the answer. And it's not like they can fine-tune it, but they gotta fine-tune it and quick because you're gonna be dealing with Stephen Curry soon, LeBron James soon, LaMelo Ball soon. You're gonna be dealing with a lot of those guys soon. You're gonna be dealing with Jimmy Butler soon, Tyler Hero, John Morant. You're gonna be dealing with a lot of those guys, and you're gonna have to try to find an answer because if you can't stop Damian Lillard, who doesn't really penetrate a lot, but is still a very good player. Imagine having a very good player, but is also able to shake and bake and just make your brain go numb and just penetrate like crazy and put you in another pickle in an uncomfortable spot. So this game is very important to find that defensive rhythm, to find that groove, to have that tempo, and to start playing aggressive lockdown. So the Kings' main objective here tonight is to prioritize defense, locking down Paul George and locking down your paint, perimeter, exterior, whatever you want to say. The wing, I don't care. You want to be able to lock down Reggie Jackson. You want to lock down Paul George. If you're able to lock down those guys, if you're able to maintain the shooting and you're able to have good fundamentals when it comes to boxing up your rebounds or taking quality shots, making the right shot selections, and passing the ball and not missing up, and you're able to have that IQ, that basketball IQ, that basketball vision and court vision, it's going to be significant. So you're going to have that a lot defensively, but you're also going to have to pick that up offensively too, because 108 points, unless you're playing great defense, is not going to cut it against quality teams like LA, the other LA team, against the Warriors, against any of those teams. Heck, even against the Hornets to have a problem against. So, with that being said, the big picture for the for the Kings is to play good defensively, is to have a mindful awareness of hard defense, but controlling the fouls so you're not getting too aggressive or too carried away or sloppy. You're not executing well, and now it's transitioning and relating to fouls. Maybe there's some unchecked emotions that leads to a technical foul. You don't want that. You don't need that. Teams can't afford that. That's how teams run and die sometimes on those fouls and how many free throws a team gets, how many opportunities a team gets at the line. You have to prevent that, right? And I'm just bringing up different situations, different scenarios, right? All that I'm saying is this. Kings have an offensive mind who have great energy offensively. Now they got to fine-tune that. They got to be able to score more. But opening game, they did very well. Now defensively, they got to work it too. They got to work it defensively. And that's going to come at this game. So you had a taste of what you needed to work on. So your eyes were open to what you need to work on defensively. What your missing keys were. Now you got to fine-tune that and correct that the best you can in tonight's game. So when you play the Suns, or when you play the Warriors or the Lakers or the Grizzlies down the road, you're able to fine-tune yourself and you're able to realize and make quick adjustments on the fly. Like, okay, this is what I gotta do. This is how we stop X. This is how we stop Y. This is how we confront Z. Right? that is pretty much the mindset heading into that. So the big picture for the Kings is to correct those issues and implement something new and something more fresh that sticks to this team. So their big goal is to win, get the first win on their season, and brace for the impending doom and impending impact that's coming against the Kings in the upcoming week, in the upcoming games. Right, so their strategy here tonight should be able to attack the Clippers when they're weak, when they're having rough spots, when the Clippers bench comes in, even though the Clippers bench is very good. But you just got to attack that. You really do. And they got to attack those issues. And I think for the Kings, they win here tonight. And let's just say after 4 games of a brutal onslaught, you go, what, like 1-4? Let's say you lose, that's not too bad. Let's say you pick up some wins, you're like 2-4, 2-3. It's not bad. You take that. Especially against the likes of the Warriors, Grizzlies, Heat, games like that, opponents like that. So Kings' main objective is fine-tuning themselves, correcting themselves today to prepare themselves for other games that are going to be way more tougher than what they were going to anticipate against the Blazers and the Clippers. I hope that makes sense. For the Clippers, look, they won their first game, but it was not pretty. It was not this beautiful masterpiece that anyone was looking to see. But they gotta fine tune, like I was just saying about the Clippers. They were sloppy with the ball. They looked confused at times on defense. And they looked slow for much of the night. You can't do that. Look, there were ups and downs. There were ups and downs. When you have ball control, and you're offensive, and you're on the offense, and Kawhi Leonard did good in his first game back coming off the bench. But if you're John Wall, even though you played well, you can't be holding on to the ball that long. You're not the superstar anymore. You're playing on a team with other superstars and other quality athletes and other gifted players. You're not on the Rockets. You're not on the Wizards anymore. Just can't hold that ball that long, for too long at times. And he took some bad shots in the fourth quarter. Now, he did make some great passes in transition, so I will give him that. The Clippers had some pros and cons. Oh, I can't speak. The Clippers did have some pros and cons. But, again, this was not a beautiful, well-crafted game. It was a hard-fought game, and they were able to get the job done. But by all means, they did not have the prettiest game ever. But they won it, and that's all that matters. So they got to do it again here tonight. And I believe that they can. They just got to tighten up with the ball. They have to be more locked in defensively. Like I was just saying about the Kings. It's got to fine-tune that because the Clippers were also coming up on a tough schedule. And you best believe that. I'm going to pull up the Clippers schedule right now. And pull tomorrow. They got a back-to-back against the Kings and the Suns. That's going to be tough. Then on Tuesday and Thursday, you got to go against the Thunder away. For both of those games. Then you got the Pelicans. Then you got back-to-back with the Rockets. So you don't have the worst opening. So the opening games for them is not that bad, actually. The Suns are going to be tough. Not even trying to be biased with that. The Suns are going to be tough. The Rockets, maybe, maybe not. You just never know. The Jazz were pulling it off, and they're not such a great team. When they dumped off Rudy Gobert, Donovan Mitchell, Willis O'Neal, all those guys, right? But you're going to have some ups and downs. But if you're able to fine-tune it, and these are the trial run games. A lot of these games do count, and while we did tip off the regular season, these are trial run games before you get to the Warriors, maybe the Lakers, Grizzlies, Timberwolves, All those are Denver. You just gotta find it. You gotta just play and then learn. You just gotta learn and then adapt. You just gotta be able to do that. You gotta be able to do that consistently. So, look, the Clippers are incredibly difficult to beat, and they are when they're not that sloppy with the ball. They're better defensively, and they're just not making those critical mistakes or those head-scratching, brain-numbing mistakes that could or could not cost you the entire game. So just fine-tune. The Kings have more to fear in this game and post this game than the Clippers do. I think that takes some pressure off from the Clippers, because let's just be honest, the Clippers are the better team. Mentally and physically, on paper and on the court, they're just a better team. I think we can all admit that. I truly do. And with that being said, there has to be an understanding of, well, look, we may go out there and outplay the best, but we're a pretty good team, and we're going up against a team that's not like that defensively, and it maybe does not have the same mindset as us, so we can't kick their butt. That is pretty much it. But I get it, for both sides, they're going to be growing pains, especially reinstating Kawhi Leonard back to the team, like just re-putting him into the team. I can't think of the word, because I don't think re-putting is really a word. I'm not very good with my English. I think everyone can tell by now. But, yeah, there's going to be some growing pains. There's going to be some hard lessons, some easy lessons to learn, to fix, and adapt, and grow from. But tonight's going to be a really good game. Aside from that, I'm going to have to say that I'm going to predict the game. I think the Clippers are still going to win this game. I want the Kings to win the game, obviously, but they're both in the Pacific Division of where the Suns are at, but does that really matter? No. I don't want the Clippers winning again. I don't want them going 2-0. So the bias to me are saying Kings are going to win a 112-111. That's the bias to me. 112-111 Sacramento. But I think Los Angeles is going to win 115-106. I honestly do believe that. I really do. I hope I'm wrong. I hope the bias side of me will be proud tonight. But it's the Kings, so I really have nothing to look forward to. I really don't. I have no hope in that. So, from a Phoenix Suns fan perspective, you want the Kings to win. You do not want the Clippers going 2-0. I'll continue to push down the Suns. Even though it's at 2-0, 1-1, who could have been 2-0, there's only 2 games in, still. Because I want to go where the Clippers are 1-1, and the Suns are also 1-1, and now we could be on top at 2-1. Right, that's my mindset. That's my mindset. But if the Clippers do win here tonight, they play us, they're 2-0, we're 1-1, then we can tie it up at 2-1. Apiece. But yeah, guys, those are my thoughts. Nothing too major. Those are the main goals, big pictures, main objectives for the Clippers, for the Kings. Remember, guys, Golden One Center, Sacramento, California is where it's playing. 7 p.m. Pacific time is when it's playing, and how to watch is watching from Valley Sports SoCal. So guys, that's projected lineups, that's the injury, those are the main objectives. I give you my prediction. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Well, I'll be 8 a.m., so like that. I'll be cashing in my game day prediction, my game day preview of Suns Clippers. My boy will be sitting on my couch watching that game. 3rd game in a row that I'll be watching, so I am super pumped. I can't wait for us to get the dub, but I also can't wait to see the Kings make the Clippers sorry tonight. Again, this is the bias to me, but I want them to get the dub. Until next time, guys, I'll see y'all tomorrow. Have a great day and enjoy the game.